Well, hello. Today is Thursday, February 11th. I'm really tired. We'll get to that. Today is Thursday, February 11th, and we do have some birthdays. Today is Teresa Gross's birthday, so Teresa gets a song. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Teresa. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. Gotta get my hair fixed. And I gotta fix my glasses. I'm all a mess. I'm all askew here today. But it's also Heather over at Nitty Freckles. I love your channel name, Nitty Freckles. It's Heather's birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Heather. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. I hope you both have a really great birthday. But today is also my pal, Esther Newman, her and her husband, Paul Newman, but not the Paul Newman, but it's her Paul Newman. It's their 5th anniversary today. She's over there in London. Missing you, Esther. Can't wait till we can all get together again. Happy anniversary, happy anniversary, happy anniversary, happy anniversary, happy, 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 happy anniversary, happy, 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 happy anniversary. Well, I hope you and Paul have a great anniversary. Of course, by the time we see this, because I think you're, 5 or 6 hours ahead of us. So you might be over with your anniversary already, but I was thinking of you today. I really was. You can see I'm very tired. I'm filming this early, but I probably won't post it till later on today. But I went to bed. You think I'd learn? You think I'd know? I went to bed at 1:30. Got up at 5. It's because we had to be to the hospital by 6:30 for Jim, and we got there in plenty of time. We did our screening before we got there, but then the office where we were going to have the department where we were going wasn't even open yet, so we had to wait for them, and so we had to be there at 6:30, and his appointment was at 7:30, and we were in our car coming home by 9:15. So I thought we made some pretty good time on that. But while he was there, you're not allowed to have anything to eat or drink. And I brought some water in, and they said, "Well, we'd rather you didn't drink it." And I thought, well, yeah, because I forgot about my mask. But I could have stuck the straw underneath because it was like a glass that has a straw in it. But I said, oh, okay, because I had brought a banana, too, in case I get hungry, because I didn't know how long we were going to be there. But everything went well. He had a couple of polyps that they took out, and they said they were benign, and he was fine. They said nothing to worry about. Come back in 5 years, I think they said. The doctor's going to call tomorrow just to verify, but there was nothing to worry about. And then, so they have a Starbucks in the lobby, and so this girl, she was really, did not like her job, I guess. And I went in there and I went up to the counter, and because I got a Starbucks gift card for a Christmas present from Jimmy. And I don't drink coffee. I don't like coffee. I love the smell of coffee. Robbie over at Frecky Fit Wolf gave me a candle. Let me show you the candle. I burn it all the time. It smells just like coffee. Even Jimmy came in here one time and he says, "It smells like coffee in here." Now he just knows because I burn it every night. But I love the smell. I love the smell of coffee. But anyway, so I don't drink coffee. I don't like coffee at all. So I went up to the counter, and I know that the Megan Dragon Fruit iced tea lemonade that I like is 7 points. So I thought, it's going to be my breakfast. So I said, I'd like a Megan Dragon Fruit with a splash of lemonade. We don't have that here. And then I looked at the sign, and I go, this is Starbucks, right? And she said, yeah, we have coffee. And I go, oh, yeah, that would make sense since it's a coffee shop. I said, but I always get it by me. And she says, well, we're obviously not by you. And I go, obviously not. I'm thinking maybe you got up on the wrong side of the bed. So she said, would you like some coffee? And I went, no, thank you. And they just left. Saved 7 points. So that was a good thing on that part. But I thought, you just don't like your job. If you don't like working with the public, you shouldn't get a job working with the public. I liked working with the public. You always had the 1 or 2 that weren't very nice. One year for Halloween, I was so mad that I had to work on Halloween because I worked at Montgomery Ward's and I thought there is no way in heck that anybody's going to come into Montgomery Ward's on Halloween night. This was back in the 80s. Everybody's out trick-or-treating. You know, back then everybody went out trick-or-treating. Nowadays you don't see that many people out. But back then everybody went out trick-or-treating. And so they told us as a bonus that we could dress up for something. So I dressed up as a punk rocker. And I had a clip on my earring, a clip-on earring in my nose that I had a little chain that went over to my earrings that I had in my ear. So I had like a chain over here. And then I had like my one ear, this ear has 3 holes and this has 2, so I had 3 on here and then I had 2 here. So I had this over here and then I had a nose ring on the other side, just a nose ring on the side. And I had done my hair like all different colors and I dressed up like, and I put a big star. I was really into the costume. I really was. And I even had the attitude because I was just like, oh, kind of pissed. And some guy came up to the counter and he gave me a little bit of attitude. And unfortunately, I gave him a little bit of attitude back. And so he was quite upset with me. And so he says, you know, just because it's Halloween and you're in a character to be a punker doesn't mean you got to act like a punk. And then I acted like a punk again. I did. I was what? How old was I? I was probably 36, 37. Oh, to be young again like that. And so my friend, who turned out to be one of my best friends, Kathy, but at the time we were just friends, was the manager on duty. And he went and complained to her. And so she came over and he was complaining about me. And so she kind of like yelled at me in front of him, and then when she walked away, and she said, Sandy, you can't do that to the customers. And I go, I don't want to be here. So I says, and he was not nice. So she says, well, okay. She says, just let's not have another incident. And I said, okay, we won't, I promise. And so then some man came in to get a leather coat, and I'm thinking, why are these people? Why aren't you at home giving out candy? Why are you here in the store? And at the time, we had all of the leather coats chained up. And so we had them all, you had to try them on. So the largest size we had was an extra large. And this man was by no means an extra large. He probably would be lucky to fit like in a 3 or a 4X. There was just no way he was going to fit in an extra large. And the chains all got all connected. It was a terrible system as far as how it went. You had to like follow the wire to where it was and the whole bit. And so we would try it on. He would try the extra large and it didn't fit. And then he'd want to try another extra large on and it wouldn't fit. And then I kept unchaining them because I kept thinking they're not going to fit. I know they're not going to fit. And so finally he just kind of looked at me and he says, well, again, I was heavy. I really was. I was close to probably about 220, 225, which really back then, that's what I weigh now. Right around what I weigh now. But back then I just thought, I'm so huge. I really did think I was so huge, which I was. But, he says, well, you know, it's kind of hard to find a size that fits. And I said, well, I'm not trying to be nasty or anything. I said, but, you know, an extra large is not going to fit you. You need to go to a bigger man's store. We don't carry things for bigger men here. And he says, well, I guess I don't have to tell you because it looks to me like you didn't know how to push yourself away from a table once too much. It looks like you didn't know how to push yourself away from the table at all either. And I said, yeah, I guess we both have that problem. We don't know how to stop eating. We don't listen to our brains. Well, then he got mad. He said, you calling me fat? And then Kathy was walking by. She came over. She said, oh, Sandy, not again. I said, you know what? He insulted me. I'm not going to take that abuse. I said, you know, because just because he's big, he has to assume that I have the same impulse controls. I said, you know, it's just, and so like I'm arguing with Kathy in front of the man, and he says, I'm not even going to buy the coat. And I says, it doesn't matter. It wouldn't fit you anyhow. And so she says, God, Sandy, she said, why don't you just go home? And I go, yeah, why don't I? So I went home. Oh. It's the only time I really kind of like acted out when I was working at Montgomery Ward's because it was just, I was in a poor attitude. I really had a really piss poor attitude that day, and I just, don't tell me. I knew I was overweight. I didn't need you to point it out. You of all people. I mean, it's bad enough when a skinny person tells you, but when a fat person tells you, it's like, okay, leave it alone. Leave it alone. But for the most part, it was a happy experience working at Montgomery Ward's. It was one of my better times. It really was. I met so many of my friends there. I worked there for almost 13 years, and I started off as a punker at the register and ended up being the manager of the ladies department, the women's, the shoes, and the accessory department, all in one. So I really worked my way up the ladder on that one. So, but I find that in my life I'm really pretty much happy. I really am happy. And even when I was overweight back then, I was happy. I'm happy now. And as much as I want to get to that magic number, it's not going to make me any happier. It really isn't, because I think I like to look at my life as a happy life. And, I mean, we all have our struggles. We all have our barriers. We all have things that, like we wish we could accomplish that we're, maybe we're falling a little short on. But for the most part, whether I lose the weight or not, I know that I'm a happier person than when I was 300 pounds, but I think the only reason I was a happier person is because I could move around a little bit more. My whole life, always look for the good in things. I always did. I always like to take a bad situation and find something good out of it. I really do. Because sometimes you got to look really hard, I'll admit. But I think if you really try, you can pull something good out of something bad. You really can. So just try to live your life and just know that your weight shouldn't define you. And like I said, nobody knows how much you weigh unless you tell them. I mean, they can have a guesstimate how much they think you weigh. What difference does it make? It's like guessing how tall you are. Is it going to change your life or their life? No, not really. It's just not. But it's just, I enjoy my lifestyle. Well, not my COVID lifestyle. This is boring. My COVID lifestyle is very boring. But in the most part, I love going to my grandkids' baseball games, their soccer games. I love going to those games. I just do. I like going to their concerts. When they had their Halloween parties, going to their Halloween parties, or the parades, their Halloween parades. I just love seeing all the little kids, because the little ones are all sprouting up around here that they're able to come out of the house when they're getting old enough. And it's just, I live a good life, and I can't complain. I really can't complain. Would I like more in my life? Probably. I think everybody would, but am I happy with what I have? Oh, definitely. Definitely happy with what I have. So whether I have a big loss or no loss or whatever kind of loss tomorrow, it's not going to change who I am. It's not going to change how I feel about myself. It's not going to change how I look at life. I just want to get to that number, because it's just to be a point of self-accomplishment for myself. Although I'm very proud of how far I've come. But it's like running the marathon. You don't quit just before you get there. And I have no intentions of quitting. I'm going to get to my goal. I mean, it might take me a little bit longer. I was watching a video the other day with people that were celebrating too soon, and I think that's what I did. Because I was like 4 pounds away from my 100 pounds. And they were just showing that people that, they were showing somebody that was running a race, and he thought he won, and he's going, yeah, and then the other guy zooms right past him, and then there's one on a motorcycle, and the guy's doing a wheelie, and another guy, I mean, a little bit overconfident, and I think that's what my problem was. I was a little bit overconfident that I was so close. I was within 4 pounds, and so now I'm what? I'm probably about 12 pounds away. I think I'm about 12 pounds away. I was so close. I was celebrating too soon. But you know what? I don't care. I was happy doing it. I'm a happy person, I think, and I know I keep stressing that, don't I? If I have to keep telling you that, it sounds like I'm trying to convince myself, which I'm not. So anyway, I do see a nap in my future today. I do definitely see that. I have some laundry I have to do, and we have our Zoom call tonight with my family, and then Jim and I have a bunch of stuff that we have on tape to watch, because obviously with him running in and out of the bathroom yesterday, we didn't watch anything last night, so we're going to probably watch it sometime this afternoon. But for now, that'll be it. So always, always, always be careful out there. Be careful. I mean, it was nice to see everybody in the hospital wearing a mask, but it was kind of spooky to see it so bare. You know, like you're used to hustle and bustle and things like that going on at a hospital. Not that, you know, maybe that doesn't sound right. Any place you go out in public, it's just like, are we ever going to get back to a normal? And I think there's going to be a new normal for us, and that's the way it goes. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe. Don't go on by base everything on my babbling today. Leave a comment, hit the like button, share if you think somebody might like to see it. And as always, stay safe, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow.